to my fourth lesson for Introduction to Music Production. My name is Ned Smith, and this week I'm going to be talking to you about how to reduce unwanted acoustical noise in your music recordings. Now, a lot of people have the problem where when they're recording, as you're recording, you have pauses, for example, using your voice. When you are speaking, there are tiny moments in between where there are pauses, and during those pauses, your equipment might actually be picking up noise from the room. I can tell you right now, I'm recording in a room where the computer fan is actually quite close to the microphone. The windows are probably letting in some of the noise from cars going by. There are some gardeners working outside as well. You can hear their trucks beeping and going back and forth. So in order to reduce that unwanted electrical noise, what I actually am going to do is show you how to use a noise gate. And what a noise gate is basically is it's a way in which you can set a threshold so that the noise coming from unwanted areas can be blocked out at a low enough decibel level, but allow your voice to still come through. So I'm going to show you how to do this in Logic Express. And what you're going to want to do is, I'm showing you right now a file that I'm working on for the Berklee songwriting class that I'm going to be using as an example. So if you go down here to the mixer section of your work, and I'm going to go here. I've already put a noise gate on my voice for this individual project, and I'm going to go ahead and open this up. I'm just going to move this over here. Now, with the noise gate, you can see I have a threshold. It's currently set, I guess, at minus 67 decibels. What this is going to do, I think the best way to show you is just by showing you what it sounds like. So this is just a spoken songwriting class that I'm working on with a little drum loop. So watch what happens when I increase and decrease the threshold for the noise gate. Okay, so this is what it's currently set at. You can see the activity down here in the yellow button showing that it's working. Now, if I increase this, notice how only some of the lyrics are coming through. If I keep increasing it, eventually the decibel level the threshold is so high that none of the lyrics are actually going to come through. If I decrease it very much, you can hear my breath sort of coming through the lyrics at the beginning and maybe at the end, or heavy breaths, and these are things that you might want to get rid of in your recording. Now, let me see if I can, close this out. We'll start from the beginning again, and I just want to point out that if you go to the noise gate, you want to set it at a threshold where it's going to allow some of the noise to come through, right? Of course, you want your voice to go through, but you don't want to allow all of the noise to go through because that could muddy up your recordings. You want to try to work and kind of experiment with getting a balance with these things. So the attack and the release are also two very important features which you can use. The attack and the release basically make it so that the noise gate comes in. It can either come in very quickly if you set it to maybe 1 millisecond, or it can take a while to come in if you set it to, I don't know, say 66 milliseconds. So it's going to take a while for the effect to come in. Similarly with release, after the noise has left, it's going to take a while to get back down to the threshold level to block out any unwanted noise. So these are all things, the attack, the release, and the threshold, these are all things that you're going to want to play around with and experiment with your recordings. It really depends on what you're recording that makes it proper for your recording. So thanks for listening, and hope this helped.